And good morning, math masters and math wizards. Good afternoon, I should say. It is past the noon hour. We're going to continue where we left off yesterday with subtracting mixed numbers and proper fractions. Let's just do a little review though. Let's say we had 1 minus 2/5. Okay, that's our problem right there. 1 minus 2/5. How are we going to go about figuring this out? Well, let's do a tape diagram first. And I'm going to make this 1 into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I turn the 1 into fifths, 5/5. So let me just shade a few of these. Uh-oh. Left my pen out. Use a pencil. So I converted the 1 into 5/5. Now I'm subtracting 2/5. So this became, the 1 became 5/5 minus 2/5. We cross out 2/5, what are we left with? We're left with 3/5. So that's just a little review from yesterday's math work, all right? So we also, remember, we just took the 1 and we matched the denominator. We made them 5/5. Take away 2/5 and we're left with 3/5, okay? So we got some heavy duty problems coming up. So this is page number 172 if you have it. If you don't, follow along with scratch paper. Problem 3 says find the difference in 2 ways the number bonds to decompose the total. Part A has been completed for you. So you don't have part A, so let's just review it together. Some of you don't have part A. So we're going to start off with 1 and 2/5 minus 4/5, okay? 1 and 2/5 minus 4/5. And remember what we were doing yesterday? We were breaking this apart, okay? Decomposing it. So let's do that. And this becomes 5/5, right? And we have 2/5 left over. Okay, so now we've decomposed this. Let's add it together, okay? Let's go 5/5 plus 2/5 to get our new an improper fraction, right? What does that equal? It equals 5 stays the same. 5, 6, 7, 7/5. So now we're ready to subtract. We can take the 7/5 and minus 4/5. The 5 doesn't change, and 7 minus 4, 5, 6, 7 is 3/5. And we can also check this through another method. It's kind of different. We can take the 5/5, or 1 whole, right? And we can subtract the 4/5, all right? This is just another way to do this. So we can say we'll take 5/5 minus 4/5. And that would equal what? Well, the 5 stays the same. The denominator does not change, and 5 minus 4 is 1. So we're left with 1/5. Then we add on the 2/5, okay? 1/5 plus that 2/5 from up here. And that would also give us the answer of 3/5, okay? Now, you might want to think of this also as a number line. Tape diagram. Let's do 1 and 2/5. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This represents 1. And we could shade. But then we also have the 2/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have 2/5. It's just another way of doing this. So I'm going to subtract 4/5. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. And look, lo and behold, I'm left with 3/5. All right, let's tackle the first one. And go ahead and get a scratch paper ready if you don't have one. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Oops, that's zooming in. Let's zoom out. All right. So our first problem is 1 and 3/6 minus 4/6. What will this equal? Well, let's first break this down, decompose this to 6/6. So we have 6, 6, that's the 1, right? Plus 3/6. This will give us an improper fraction, okay? 6 plus 3 is 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 6, the denominator, remains the same. So we have 9/6. Now we take the 9/6 and minus 4/6. Because 1 and 3/6 is equal to 9/6, as we can see right here. So we take the 9/6 and minus 4/6. The 6 remains the same, then 9 minus 4, 8, 7, 6, 5. So we're left with 5/6. Now the other way to determine this, our other way that we go about doing this, like we showed prior, is we take our whole right here, 6/6, we go 6, 6, and we're going to subtract the 4/6. And that would equal what? Well, the 6 stays the same, and 6 minus 4, 5/6 is 2. Then we would take the 2/6, because we've dealt with this, but then we would add the 3/6 on. So 2/6 plus 3/6 equals 5/6. And we can also do this with a tape diagram, couldn't we? I bet we could. So let's figure that out. We're dealing with 6. So I'm going to make this into 6 pieces. 1 are units, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And to show that it's one whole, our 6/6, I'll shade them all in. And now let's do 3/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll color in 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have 1 and 3/6. And our original problem was 1 and 3/6 minus 4/6. Take away a 6th, take away a 6th, take away a 6th, take away a 6th. We're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do our next problem. And it's 1 and 6/8 minus 7/8. Okay, let's do the decomposing first. 8/8 plus 6/8. So we've taken this and we made the 1 8/8, and then we just have to add on the 6/8. So the 8 remains the same, and then we do 8 plus 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 14/8. Now we're ready to subtract. 14/8 minus 7/8. What would that equal? 14 minus 7, I know that's half. So it's 7, and then the 8 remains the same. It equals 7/8. Now we could do the reverse method, where we take the 8/8 and we subtract the 7/8. And what does that equal? 8 minus 7 is 1, and the 8 stays the same. So now we have to add on the 6/8, because we dealt with the 1, we dealt with the 7/8. So now let's add the 6/8 to the 1/8. 1/8 plus 6/8 equals, once again we get the answer 7/8. And we can show this on a tape diagram too. Let's go ahead and make our tape diagram. We're going to break this into 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, mixed number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8/8 and 6/8. So this is showing you 1 and 6/8. 1 whole and 6/8. 1 whole and 6/8 are 8/8 and 6/8, or 14/8. So now let's subtract 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7/8. So I subtract it. We're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/8. 7/8, 7/8. Just different ways to go about solving the problem. Okay, I've got 2 more to go. We'll be on to lesson 18 tomorrow. So we have 1 and 1/10. And I'm not going to do the tape diagram on this one. We're just going to stick to the book like we're supposed to be doing it. Minus 7/10. Okay, what will this equal? Well, I know this is less than 1. I know this is greater than 1. It's 1/10 greater than 1. Mixed number, proper fraction. So let's go ahead and decompose this. I'm going to make the 1 10/10. And I'm going to add on the 1/10 plus 1, looks like a 7, 1/10. And what do we get? Well, 10 plus 1 is 11, and the 10th. So we have 11/10. Now we're ready to subtract. 11/10 minus 7/10. It's going to equal how many tenths? Well, let's find the difference. 8, 9, 10, 11. It would equal 4/10. Let's prove it using the other method. So we're going to take our 10/10. And we kind of cross out that 1 to show the 10/10 is right there. And we're going to subtract 7/10. Well, I know my tenths will remain the same. And 10 minus 7, 8, 9, 10 is 3/10. So you see I've dealt with the 1 and the 7/10. But now we need to add that back on. I've taken 1, I've subtracted 7/10 to get 3/10. But now we still have to add this one on. So it'd be 1/10 plus 3/10 equals 4/10. And there we have it. And one more to go. And we're doing, this is letter E for those of you with a problem set at home. Those of you that not, we can add using our scratch paper. 1 3/12 minus 6/12 equals what? Well, let's decompose this, make it a 12/12 plus 3/12. And we're going to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. 12 plus 3 is 15. Remember, an improper fraction, the numerator is always larger than the denominator. So I have 15/12. Now, let's go ahead and subtract. 15/12 minus 6/12. What's 15 minus 6? 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and 9. 9/12. Now, let's just go ahead and do the other way, where we take 12/12, we take the 1, and we're going to subtract 6/12. How many 12s will that equal? Well, just think about 6 is halfway to 12. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So it'll be 6/12, right? But we've taken care of the 1, we've taken care of the 6/12, but now we need to add that back on. So we'd say 3/12 plus 6/12 equals what? How many 12s will that equal? Well, it'll equal 12s and 6, 7, 8, 9 12s. And let's go ahead and do a tape diagram just to show this one out a little bit. We're going to do our 1 whole, and we break it into 12ths because that's what we're dealing with in the fraction world. So 12 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll make another one down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this represents 1 whole, 12 12ths. So I'll just quickly shade in all 12. And then we have the 3/12. So we have 1 and 3/12. So I'm going to shade in there's 3 of those. Here's my 1 whole, there's my 3/12. We're going to subtract 6/12. That was the original problem. 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, 5/12, 6/12. We're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it all works out. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I know I did. Remember, these quizzes you're taking afterwards are not being graded. They do not count towards a grade. It's just to test your knowledge, see how well you retained all this information, and these do not count for grades. I appreciate Emily O, Emily S, Giovanni, and Melody, and Kaylin for tuning in so faithfully every day. And I look forward to seeing you once again, hopefully real soon. Have a good day. Don't get too wet out there.